So, and I'll take you through a process of hiring these A players, but this is the critical thing that will basically get you to. Actually, I've got the next slide there. This is the critical component that will make outsourcing work for you. It's finding the right people. 9 out of 10 problems that people have when they get started with outsourcing is they work with a subpar provider, or someone who doesn't, isn't an A player, and they get frustrated because the work isn't done to a particular standard. So if you take the time up front to hire the right people, it'll save you so much in the future. I think Brad Smart, if you haven't read that book, excellent book called Top Grading, and he goes through a process of how to hire and recruit people, but he calculates that it costs 6 times a person's salary if you hire the wrong person, because you have to train them up, because there's opportunity cost, because you didn't get the right person in there. There's all the time that they spend with you. There's the work that they didn't bring in. It usually takes some time before you find out they're the wrong person. So all of this comes into this idea that you need a way and a system to make sure that you hire the right person up front. And you really need to hire slowly but fire quickly. So really take your time, and I'll take you through the method that we use for hiring to find these A players. So I call it the George Foreman method, and the reason I call it the George Foreman method is we basically give our potential team members a grilling. We really take them through the ringer right up front to make sure that we find the right person. Now, I'm just creating a little bit of a distinction here between out-tasking, where you're hiring off for a one-off task, and outsourcing, where we're actually hiring someone who ends up being part of your team and joins your company and really just becomes a part of what you do. That's what I'm going to show you through now, how to actually hire someone that becomes part of your team. Just like Troy's starting to build his team over in the Philippines. What's that process look like? Now, this is just the process that we go through, and it does take a little bit of time up front, but it's a stitch in time saves 9, and this is how we find A players. Firstly, you get really clear on who it is that you're looking for. So you need to identify what tasks that particular person is going to be doing. And again, just keep in mind a super VA that can do graphic design, video editing, web design, write articles, reply to customers, accounting. To try and find a VA that does all of those things is a little bit sort of, you're dreaming. They don't exist. I mean, they don't exist locally. They don't exist overseas. So get clear on what it is that you want them to do, and make sure that you're not trying to get someone with 100 varied different skills. Then you write the job ad. Now, like I said, usually I've got a one-day workshop that we go through, and we go through a lot of these in a lot more detail, but I'm going to make it even easier for you, because Troy asked me for a pack of documents that we use, and I'll just actually pop it over here. I'll just open this up here, and you'll all get a copy of this. But these are our documents for his 2 pre-written job ads that we've written looking for. We start off explaining the situation, what type of person we're looking for, outlining the skills, a little bit about our team, what we're offering, and who should apply. Now that right there is for someone local, but then I also wrote one for a virtual assistant as well. So you'll actually get these job ads. So I don't need to go through in great detail. All I want to stress is make sure that you make these your own. We'll give you the templates and you can work with them, but I mean, these are the internal documents that we use at Melbourne SEO Services, so please respect that and rewrite them. So you write the job ad and then you advertise it just like you would advertising a normal position if you were running an ad on seek.com.au here in Australia, or Monster if you're over in the US. There are sites in emerging economies like that. The one that I'll point you to is jobstreet.com. and that's like a seek.com.au, and you literally run these job ads. Then in the job ad, the call to action is I tell the person that I want them to go complete a survey, this questionnaire, and again, it's in the documentation that I have included, or Troy will be passing on the actual questions that are in that questionnaire that gets sent out. From there, we pre-screen them. You know, we've got, oftentimes we might have 100 people apply at that point in time. Then we contact the ones that we like, and we give them a simple task that's related to the particular job that they're going to be doing. So if it's WordPress related, we might say to them, hey, here's an article. I want you to post this inside WordPress, insert an image, and embed a video, or something like that. And it doesn't have to be a complex task. It's just simple to give a chance for the really quality A players to shine, a chance to strut their stuff and show that they've got the skills. At that point, that's when we ask them to submit their resumes. So if you imagine this sort of stepped down process, we figure out who we're looking for, we write a job ad, we run the job ad, we get them to fill out a questionnaire, we get them to do a simple task, we then pre-screen the resumes, and then the final step is the interviewing. So in the real world, this is what it looks like. We might place a job on JobStreet. We might get, through applicants, the way JobStreet works is the person can send through the resume, but in this example, if you imagine it like a funnel, and we're putting all of these potential candidates at the top of the funnel, and each stage that they drip down the funnel, where we're filtering down till we've just got the cream of the crop there. So we had 121 resumes. We did some pre-screening in that questionnaire. That left us with 14. We got a simple task. Actually, we contacted some of them, and not all of them got back to us. Then we gave, of those 11, we gave them the task. Only 5 completed them that we were happy with. We then picked the top 3, and then I interviewed them, and that's how MJ joined the team. And that's that process is what is going to get you these A quality people that are going to make all the difference in your business. And that right there, that methodology, I can't tell you how valuable that is. I don't know if you take a step back and think about it. I mean, this is approaching recruitment online just like you would in the real world. I don't know why some people think that the online world is different from the offline world.